Has God called you to write a book? We are going to help you remove confusion, publish your book, clarify your message, and get it out there. You need to stay tuned. You need to share this live stream with all of your friends. We are getting ready to get started. We have a super duper alley-ooper fun packed show for you today. We're going to be unlocking authors right here on this show. We're going to let them pitch their book, ask questions, and unlock this process. Cut out the noise, remove the confusion, and we have some special guests for you today. Here we go. Get ready. Stay tuned. With desire, it wraps its open arms around me. Out of my mind. Oh, he's all right. Out of sight. Some kind of wonderful. Yes, he is. Some kind of wonderful. You know that he is. Some kind of wonderful. Yeah. Oh, come on. Let's go. Now, got a sweet loving Savior like mine. There got to be somebody, yeah. Got a sweet loving Savior like mine. Yeah, and I get a witness. Can I get a witness? One more time, people. Can I get a witness? Yeah. I'm talking about my Savior. Some kind of wonderful. I'm talking about my Jesus. Some kind of wonderful. I'm talking about my Savior. Some kind of wonderful. Some kind of wonderful. I'm talking about my Savior. Some kind of wonderful. I'm talking about my Jesus. Some kind of wonderful. I'm talking about my Jesus. Some kind of wonderful. Come on, let's rock this place. Some kind of wonderful. Separated, I cut myself clean. From a past that comes back in my darkest of dreams. Then I pray I'm led by spiritual force, and the grace that reflects on me I behold. So a man with a jack on his big fat belly, wiggle the way, Mother Nature. Yo, what's up, everybody? So good to be here with you. Welcome to Unlocking Your Book Live. How you doing? No, seriously, how are you doing? Like, how are you really doing? I'm doing, as they would say in German, fantastico. I'm doing really, really good. I don't know if that was German, but I think it was close, maybe possibly. Look, we've got a really, really exciting show today. I mean, it's actually super packed. Okay, in a couple minutes, I'm going to be bringing on my co-host, Dr. Krissy Nelson. But before she gets on, I actually just thought this would be a good time that I could like gossip about her and stuff. So let me say this. So because she's not on yet, let me say this about Dr. Krissy Nelson. She's awesome. She's really, really amazing. We are so grateful, so thankful that she gets to give of her time and give of her energy and invest in all of us here at Unlocking Your Book. If you are thankful for Dr. Krissy Nelson, would you drop a comment and just let her know that you're thankful for her? So that's the end of my gossip session. That's about as far as it goes. But I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to be bringing the Zakowskis. They're coming on in just about 30 seconds. So Mr. and Mrs. Zakowski, it feels like you have to say it like a sport announcement. Zakowski. So they're coming on because they've got some really cool marketing tips. They're going to spend about 3 or 4 minutes with us. We're getting ready in the month of May. Everybody say the month of May. In the month of May, we're getting ready to unfold, unpack, and unlock for you throughout the month of May for 4 consecutive weeks. We're going to be doing a lesson every single week on how to use live video so that you can unlock your book and actually unlock your audience. Absolutely. We appreciate, thank you very much, Militia. We appreciate you, Krissy Nelson. So I'm going to have the Zakowskis come on here in the next 30 seconds. Who's ready? Let's show them some love. Get ready. Rock and roll. Here we go. What's up, Tommy and Lisa?
Hi.
Hey. How's it going? Wow.
Going good.
Whoa, check out that t-shirt. Lisa's got a picture of her hubby on. Dude, whoa. Okay.
Am I a good wife? I wear a picture of my husband.
Check it. Go watch on Facebook Live right now. Tommy's wife has a t-shirt with a picture of him. I want that. I'm like super jealous. Like, I don't know. Like, how do you do that? Is that a New York thing? What is that, Tommy?
A logo.
Okay, I understand that it's a logo, but like, how do you do that? Because that's like, whoa.
It's just, I don't know. She just loves me that much.
Krissy! Okay, all right, fantastic. Okay, moving right along.
With your picture.
Yeah, see, like that. Oh, there we go. Like that head, that head right there. That head right there. See, that would be cool. I really like that idea.
We'll get them made.
You should.
You guys have some goods for us. And before we get to the marketing goods, a couple of things. So first is through the month of May, Lisa's going to be unpacking one time a week. She's going to come on for about 15 or 20 minutes or so, one time a week. And she's going to unpack, unzip, unlock, and unzip you, put it inside, zip you back up, and send you along the way, where she's going to be sharing with you how to use live video to build your audience as a writer, as an author. And so we're really excited to do that. It's going to be amazing. And by then I'm going to have my t-shirt. I'm going to have a t-shirt of my wife, and my wife's going to be on the show and sporting my face on her t-shirt. I can't wait. It's going to be so amazing. And then also I would like to publicly just say, you know what? Okay. So Tommy, who by an act of God has been able to get his face on his wife's t-shirt is incredible to me. So I want to read that book for sure. How do you do that? Because that's like husband craft. I know wife craft, right? I know how that works. I know kid craft. I know how that works. But husband craft, I don't think that's been done. I don't think it's been allowed. I think it's been against the law for a really, really long time. So I don't know how you did it, but I do want to say this. I am thankful for you guys. And I want everybody to know out there in live land, I want you all to know how much I appreciate these guys. You like see them and hear them all the time like you see me and hear me, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I really appreciate them because they're behind the scenes doing a lot of work for unlocking your book. These are real team members. I don't. Is he throwing up? I don't know what's going on. Okay.
I was charging the computer.
Okay. While I'm saying nice things, he's over there going. I don't know what's going on.
No, imagine.
Anyway, I appreciate these guys. I appreciate you, and I just want everybody out there in live land, unlocking your book or not. I want you guys to know what a blessing it is to have these guys as part of this team. I'm one of those people that I like to build, and and when you build, you have to close gaps and you stand shoulder to shoulder with people, and you don't just build stuff, you build families and you build life and you do life together. And sometimes, we get so busy, we forget that because in the building that we are also supposed to do life together. And so I want these guys to know, and I want everybody else out there in live land to know that not only am I just impressed with Tommy being able to get his face on his wife's t-shirt, but that I'm also very thankful to have them as part of this team. So you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Even though you like the Yankees, it's all good. Now, what are you guys unpacking? Just take a couple minutes and maybe you could tease a little bit about your marketing tip or specifically, let's talk video, rock and roll.
Yeah, for sure. So I know we've talked with a lot of you already about live video and just how important it is, not just for the technical aspect of, gaining followers, but for the ability to actually have community with your audience. A live video is one of those times where you in real time can share your message, can share conversation, and have real-time responses back from your audience, just like we see all of you doing. You're talking to us as we talk. We can have conversation. We can have that sense of community. And so live video is really a great tool to be able to do that and to create community around your message and around ultimately your book.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So I want to underscore what we're going to be doing. Thank you so much, Tammy, for letting us know that you can't wait for this course. Now, in May, what Lisa's going to do is she's just going to do 4 consecutive, almost like micro lessons for you. And this will be available to anybody, unlocking your book member or non-unlocking your book member. But then if you want the actual 6-part course that's going to nail it, move the needle, where things are going to make sense, where you're going to get aha, you're going to be like, oh yes, I understand. And that it's not just information. We have to move away from just information and education, but how do I actually take action? So that 4-part series that Lisa's going to be doing throughout the month of May, that's really just a little bit of a teaser to the actual course. And in that case, you do have to be a publishing member, and you can learn about that at unlockingyourbook.com/get-published. So I know we've talked a little bit about this, you guys. We've talked. Actually, we haven't talked a little bit. We've talked a lot. We've talked a lot about live video. And what do you guys think about this? I mean, okay, so brick and mortar and social media. I've been telling people for a while now that treat your social media like you would treat your brick and mortar. If you had a brick and mortar business, and you were paying a lease or a mortgage payment or whatever it was, and you only made revenue because the doors were open and people were coming in, going to the register, getting in line, and going out with receipts in their hand. If that was the only way you were making money, shouldn't we be treating our social media like that too, where that type of presence, that type of engagement, and that type of atmosphere? And what a better way to do that than really utilizing video, and especially live video. I don't know, am I right, am I wrong, what do you think?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And just to add to that, if you have a brick and mortar and you're not additionally using social media, you're in trouble. Toys R Us. And if you don't have an online platform, you're in trouble. Yes. So the world is online, and I absolutely agree. This should be treated as your store, and you want the way you communicate with people to be the exact same way as if they walked into your store. How they feel, how you make them feel, the vibe that you give off, all of those things is so important, but not everybody knows how to do that. And we totally get that. That's why we want to help you. We want to teach you best practices, how to do it, how to practice, give you context for practicing, and give you all the tips and tricks that you need to learn. It isn't hard, but you definitely do need to learn some things to get you going and to utilize it to the best of its capacity.
Yeah, use the things that are in front of you, like your phone, your iPad, Samsung Pad, whatever it is, and just use the things in front of you to declare your message. Obviously writing, but you have to use visuals for people to promote it. Like Krissy Nelson has, the videos that she does and interviews people. So use what you have. Jeremiah's not here interviewing people. So it's like, use what you have to get the audience. And it's not just about self-promoting. It's about something you can help just one person. It's beautiful. So just go out and do it. It's exciting.
Yeah, just go out and do it. Now, Tony, I'm gonna ask you this. How important is it for people to be themselves? Because here we are, Lisa's going to be teaching this course and teaching this class, and, the free sessions and then the paid sessions. And so there's going to be some structure. There'll be some templates and, things to do that are actionable. But I think a lot of people get caught up in, well, how do I look like this person? How do I sound like this person? Or, the whole comparison trap. I mean, is it important for people on live video to just adapt to somebody else and do that structure, or should they focus on just being themselves?
I think it's two things. One, I think that we can't follow trends. So it's the new person, and then we try to talk like them, speak like them, do what they do. We have to find our own lane, what God has for us. So stay in our lane. That's number one. And then number two, I think that you just got to pull back the curtain. I was talking to a pastor of a big church yesterday that's launching a book, and I said, why don't you just show behind the scenes, show who you are? Like, that's what people want these days. They want to see the real you. Right. So when we were helping Todd White, Lisa would always tell Todd, you need to show you. And he hated doing, I'll tell you right now, if he sees this, he hates doing Facebook Live. I know for a fact. He'll sing opera in front of you and joke, but we had to get him to pull back the curtain, because sometimes people can preach the message, but sometimes we got to see how people live in their everyday life. So I encourage you, just be you. And listen, one thing I'll say is the last thing, don't focus on how many views, focus on momentum.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's really good stuff. And guys, so this is just a little itty bitty taste of what it's going to be like in May for those of you that want to join the free session. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that every Thursday through the month of May. Lisa's going to come on for about 15 to 20 minutes, and she's going to do micro lessons. It's just free. All you have to do is just get on the page and follow, and make sure you get on there from it. We do that from 12:30 to 1:30. You can watch. And then if you want the paid version of the 6-part course, which is like next level. Okay. This is like Grand Slam, a tremendous amount of education and relation. And then we actually will help you unlock the book as well. You just have to be a publishing member. And that's very simple. unlockingyourbook.com/get published.
Amen.
Thank you. Well, Lisa and Tommy, appreciate you guys. Thank you for Come on, baby. Come on.
Next week of the time, go Yankees, even though they're not playing yet.
Dude, don't.
And guys, live the
Yankees.
dream.
Don't
27 championships.
Dude. Now I have to scratch the whole video. I have to edit that part. Oh, geez. Okay. Goodbye.
All right, I'm out of here, guys, because
We love
everybody's
you.
gonna get mad at me.
All right, Krissy Nelson's
Real
coming
game.
up. Everybody stay tuned. Get ready. All right, and here we are. Hey, Dr. Nelson, how are you? Welcome to the show. Welcome to your show, Krissy.
Welcome. Thank you. It's kind of fun to sit backstage and watch comments and engage with people and be able to see what people are saying.
And we have a full show like that.
Yeah.
Like seriously, there's like 830. Peg Avey, did you just say go Yankees? Oh, that's right.
Uh-oh.
I really love Peg. Until
Oh, no.
now. Oh my gosh.
Hey, redeem yourself. Say something about like a Texas.
Here's the thing. Is she lives in New York. So here's what I do is I appreciate her loyalty. I appreciate you being loyal, you loyal, but it's like you can only be loyal to Judas at the table for so long. You have to know that the Red Sox are definitely God's choice and God's decision each and every year. So anyway, okay, now here's the deal. We got to move along. So Krissy, stop just chatting.
Wait, I have to say something.
Okay, go ahead. Are you a Yankees fan? You better
I was just kidding. I was just trying to stall because I was just being a sister. Funny sister.
Yeah.
Wasn't that funny? That was my attempt at being humorous and, it's just, that's what makes it funny. It's so bad.
I'll tell you what. All right, that's absolutely. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate you. All of you Red Sox in the house. Comment. Let's see who really. Crystal Sharon just said go Oilers. All right. I don't know what today we're supposed to be unlocking people's book, and we're like stuck here on Rangers, Oilers, and
baseball.
Yeah. Well, that's not even baseball. Now we're anyway. So moving on. Okay. We do have 2 books to unlock, but we have a devotion. Today is Devotion Thursday, and I'm super excited to welcome another very smart, very wise, very wise Red Sox fan that just happens to be my wife, and she's only a Red Sox fan because, well, we're married. But she's coming on in the next 30 seconds. My wife, Teresa Yancy, who is currently doing a 21-day devotional called War on Worry. Like if you've ever just been like, you just feel this pressure, you feel this weight, you feel this swirl outside, you feel that heaviness of worry, and you feel like you can't break through. These are very short, simple, but actionable devotional that she did they're between 7 to 10 minutes long. It's done in video. You can go to her page, Teresa Yancy, and check it out. It's free. She gives you the notes for free. You click the link. It's free. And make war on worry. Don't partner with worry. So anyway, she's coming on. She's going to be bringing us a 3-minute devotional. And actually, tonight is day 21. So you can get access to all 21 days of that devotional. I'm sorry, Crystal, love you, but not the Oilers. All right, here we go. Let's go to Teresa. You're a Red Sox fan, right?
Sure.
No, sweetie, that's like not. That's
sorry.
You just say yes. Just
yes.
Say yes. Okay, yes. Thank you. Because like the times where I just say yes, like when I just say yes because that's the right thing to do. That's the smart. That's the wise thing to do. So you have been doing the 21-day devotional now officially for 21 days. Today's the 20. I want to do that too. The 21st. I'll do both of ours. Okay. Here, let's just.
Okay.
21 days. Today is the 21st day. And what are you sharing with us? Is this day 20 or is this day 21? You wouldn't be teasing 21.
Actually, no. Actually,
Nice and loud, dear. Nice and loud, dear.
This is a portion, a thought from last night's devotional that I just wanted to bring out a little bit more on here for authors, because I think it will speak to our hearts.
Come on. And before you get to the devotional, and then when we're done with the devotional, we're going to bring Krissy back on, and then we've got Shelly in the house, we've got Liz in the house. We're going to be unlocking their books. Okay. Is that this is also an example for you that are writers and authors. And if you're doing any kind of marketing of any kind of offer of any kind of product at all, curate and splinter your content. So all that means is you take one big idea, one big message and concept, like War on Worry, and put it into something that is small, that's actionable, bite sizes that people can get to know you and get to know your message. This will also help you move from living the life of what's called low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit is nice for a writer and author because those are the people that really love you, really appreciate you, love your work, and they're going to buy your books, but they're not buying, they're low-hanging fruit. And there is a lot more fruit on the tree than just the low-hanging fruit. So the goal here, the idea here is to do something like this. Take your thought, your idea, your book, your writing, and put it into something that people can digest quickly and make sure that there's always an action. And one of the things you do in your devotions, you have the daily prayer, and then you also have, it's the war declaration, right? And then you have a scripture. So there's little tiny things that help people take action. And then on the 21-day devotional, these are videos that are only 8 to 10 minutes long. So it's not like you're teaching for 45 minutes to an hour. You're going to be doing that later, you know, on other stuff and other content. So this is just an idea for you. And you, listen to me, you can do this. You can do this. And you need to do this. And we want to help you do this. So, and I'm kind of bragging on her a little bit. And yeah. But she actually positioned this. Oh, excuse us, partners. She actually positioned this, the timing to do this. She put the pressure on herself to do this as a case study for you writers and authors. So she, you know, she wasn't just like, oh, I'm just going to do this. She wanted to do this for the writers and the authors out there so that you can see how you can use the same kind of an example. So you're beautiful, by the way.
Oh,
okay,
yes.
let's do this. All right, so go ahead. Let's move right into the devotional.
Okay. Well, I love you guys, and
Love you too.
I have a lot of notes, so I'm going to try to, you know, squeeze what I can into 3 minutes. So if you don't receive anything else from what I say, just receive the best big bear hug from your Father God
Amen.
that you could even imagine, because that is what this word is all about. Okay.
Amen.
So I'm going to start with Ephesians 2:10. Are you in his embrace right now? Just soak. All right. Ephesians 2:10 says, we have become his poetry, a recreated people that will fulfill the destiny he has given each of us. For we are joined to Jesus, the anointed one. Even before we were born, God planned in advance our destiny and the good works we would do to fulfill it. Wow. So from this verse, I just want to talk about an aspect of God's nature that we see in one of his names from the Old Testament. You might not have heard of it before, but it is El Cool.
Like as in Jay, the rapper? You added? Oh, okay.
Chuwl. I knew he would have to make a joke about that. All right. So anyway, it means the God who gives you birth. So just let that sink in. The God who gives you birth. So this is not creator. This is birther. Birther. There's a difference. All right. So if we sink into this truth, we discover there is such an intimate, heart-to-heart, face-to-face working of God in us to bring forth his dream, to birth you into your fullness. Birthing involves cost, right?
Absolutely.
God's dream cost him greatly, right? We are believers. We know what the cost was, but he wants us to know in his heart, we are so worth it.
Wow, wow, wow.
Cool, Chuwl, Jeremiah, means to dance. Okay, so just think about each one of these meanings of this. This is what God is doing in you, over you, for you, through you. It means to dance, to writhe in the pains of childbirth, to birth, to bring forth as in poetry. In God's fathering of you, he is doing all of these things. It's all taking place in his family. So let's talk about God's familia, all right? So as I was thinking about this, I actually thought of preschoolers. You know, preschoolers is in the Bible, right?
Yes.
Also sometimes translated as heathen,
We have
right?
experience.
Just kidding.
We've had a few of those heathens.
So actually what's a little bit, well, preschoolers, praise God for them because they make us become better Christians, right?
One way or the other.
And it's a good thing they're cute. They're darling. Otherwise they wouldn't survive, right? Yeah. So one thing, even slightly more challenging than a preschooler is a group of moms of preschoolers. So many moms of preschoolers. Have you ever experienced the judgment of other moms of preschoolers? Oh yes, we've all been there. So as humans, we tend to compare, right? We compare our children with other people's children. Why don't they know what my child knows? Why aren't they as good as my child? Da, 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 da. Well, in the family of God, there's no comparison. God does not compare. He knows the lessons he's taught me. He knows the lessons he's taught you. He's not comparing you with me. He's not comparing your timeline with my timeline, right? He knows what he's taught us, and we're accountable for the things he's taught us, right? We don't get to judge other people in their process. We're all in different places of transformation and process, and we're all on time. So wherever you are right now, just say, thank you, God. I'm on time. I'm on time with you. God is saying over us.
Speaking of time.
Am I out of time?
You all out of time.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'll just finish with this. I had so much more stuff here. Anyway.
I can do it on live video. If this was not live video, I would not be saying that.
I'm just kidding. All right. So I'm going to end with this thought. God is saying over us, writers, authors, creators,
Come on.
right?
Come on.
I am pleased with the good work.
Say it again.
I am pleased with the good work that I have done in you, and I will complete it. You are his poetry.
Come on.
Right? You are his recreated people with that will fulfill the destiny that he has planned for you.
Girl, that's good. That's so good. So sorry. Let's do the LL Cool J thing. Yeah, okay. And just a little shout out to LL. So PayPal us if you want to. We'd love to make a little cash on that. Okay. Yes, it is amazing we do too have PayPal. We totally have PayPal. You don't have PayPal. I have PayPal. It is amazing to join you on this journey with War on Worry. And so you can use this case study. You can check it out on Teresa's page. And you can also, go make War on Worry. Krissy Nelson's coming back because we got some books to unlock. Who's ready? Well, I tell you what, that's a lot of fun. It's so cool that we get to have. Oh man, I could cry. I'm not a crier, but I'm so thankful that we have so many amazing people on this journey with us. It's incredible. I mean, come on, let's go to the Olympics. Let's do something like, what could we, I don't know. Like, because I know this wouldn't actually qualify for the Olympics. So we need to make up our own Olympics. I don't know what we call it. Live show Olympics. They've created other types of things you can do in the Olympics now that, used to not be a thing. It used to be like gymnastics.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So they created things like where you're moving kettles with brooms, or, different types of things that used to not be special. It used to be swimming and lift weights and, different things. And now it's everything, like how fast you can, cut through wood with an axe. That's in the Olympics. I'm like, wow, that's great. Let me
We
see.
could do this. Yeah, we could totally do this. You run a mile and then you write a short story and then you swim and then you write a chapter with a pencil.
Well, you're thinking big. I was thinking like, let's do blog Olympics.
Okay.
How about blog Olympics or something like that? Okay. Well, I tell you what, here's what we're going to do. We're going to rock and roll and move right over to Shelly. Shelly's coming on in the next, 30 seconds or so. And she is one of our VIP publishing members. We're super excited to have her. She's a great addition to our awesome membership, and she's a minister, she's a missionary, she's a writer, author, she's a speaker, and she's got a couple of questions that she's bringing into the house. So Shelly, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I have like lots of questions, but I'll only bring a couple.
Well, are you doing questions, or are you doing a book pitch today?
I'm doing questions, and I'm doing my book pitch in a couple weeks.
Okay. Wow. You're like, all right. So let's do the top 2 questions. Let's start there.
Okay. So my ebook is done, and I'm wondering about, do I submit that for editing? Can I submit that for editing?
So tell me a little bit about your ebook. What's the plan? Where are you going?
Okay, the ebook is a splintering, like you said. It's not the same.
What'd you say? What did you say?
A splintering.
Oh, and could you tell us what's splintering? Where did that come from? I love that. That's a great idea.
It's it's similar to my book, kind of in the same vein, but it is not directly taken from my book.
Okay. All right. So you're splintering content, and then where are you going to go with this ebook? What's the big idea, the big plan?
Well, I was going to do the free download to try to capture email addresses.
Generate leads. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, so that's why I wanted to know, and maybe it's been said and I just missed it. But like, how do we proceed with that? Do we put it through editing, and then how do we set it up?
Okay, got it. All right. So when so I get it. So you're going to take the ebook, you're going to put it on the ebook author page, and you're going to generate leads where people are going to download the ebook. You're going to go on Facebook Live, you're going to go on social media, and you're going to direct traffic for people to go download the ebook. And then you're going to, when you're done, the idea with the ebook is to lead them then where? Where are you taking them after that?
To pre-ordering my book.
Okay, very good. All right, fantastic. Yes, now you can, okay, let me back up. How many words is the ebook?
Almost 7,000.
Okay, so that's a good number, because a good ebook, between 5 to 10,000. If it goes over 10,000, then I would recommend that you could still publish ebook. Ebook just means electronic,
Right.
but you can take that and actually publish it so that it's formatted not just electronically for digital publication, but then also to print it. So if you're going to go over 10,000, so in that case, that's fantastic. You can have that edited, but are you going to be? How far along are you on the manuscript of the pre-order book?
Halfway.
You're halfway done. Okay. So I think, and you're VIP, right? You're not pay as you go. You're okay. So yeah, you could do that, but you're only talking 7,000 words. So as VIP, yeah, you could have that edited if you want. And, but to be honest with you, it's probably not necessary. It's not like going to make a huge, massive difference. You can just go through the ebook training, which will launch. Is that the 7th or the 8th? I think it's the 8th. That's May 8th, if I recall correctly,
Okay.
on the calendar.
Yeah.
So the ebook training. The ebook training is the how, the what, the when, the why, but then also how to actually do the page. So
Okay.
you could. The only
Yes,
thing, Shelly, on the ebook is if you send it to editing, you just for the ebook, which it's going to slow down the process a little bit. So like if you're looking to get your ebook out in May, then I would just go ahead and make sure that you've done the proofreading and you just go through the ebook training. If you have more time to do the ebook, because again, it still has to go through the editing process, even though it's only 7,000 words, it's not 40,000 or 45,000 words for your entire book. So that would just be a decision that you would have to make.
Okay. So when is the ultimate time, the perfect time to put the ebook out there in the timeline of when your book's going to be published? I mean, I don't want to put the ebook out too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, you really, and again, as I give you structure, you always want to be spirit-led and voice-directed, and then go with your gut so that you feel like, ultimately I'm making a decision. But a good rule of thumb is to keep all of those things, the splintering, the curating, the freemiums, inside of approximately a 3-month campaign window. And that's just because of case studies, experience, working with lots of other writers and authors, and putting out what we call, digital products, digital marketing campaigns. Is 3 months within that time frame is a good time to launch freemiums like an ebook, launch a pre-order like your book, and then eventually taking people into the end all execution, end all call to action, purchase the book or the bundle. And the reason 3 months is just because the way that we're all wired, we all kind of get bored, we get distracted, and something else catches our attention. So after about 3 months, we kind of, the way that we are as people, as human beings, we need and want something else that we can move into. It doesn't necessarily mean that we move away from the writer or the author or their writings, but we want something else to chew on. So for example, if I wrote a book on unlocking God's destiny, right? I wrote that and I talked about it for like 3 years, or even after about 6, 7, 8 months. If you're an existing audience, I have exhausted your attention span with that. I've taught you everything that I know and everything that you're going to consume in that process. And now you need to go into something else, or you need to go into a deeper level. So that's the long answer. So really you need about 3 months for a campaign. That's how we deal with all of our personal clients, all of our private clients, our own stuff. We put things into a 3-month campaign category. However, don't get too stuck on those of us that are writers like yourself, an author. Don't get so systematized and so strategic that you freak out if things aren't done like day 1 to day 20. You don't have to be that organized. You want to have the organic process and the authenticity of it and all of that. But in general, you want to have a 3-month process and a 3-month campaign for one particular action that you want people to take.
Okay. And are all of these things going to be like when does the website roll out?
Yeah, if you go into your dashboard, if you log in at unlockingyourbook.com/login, there are all the blocks are right there and actually tell you when the author pages open up. And the first one that's going to open is ebook and blog. And those trainings, the ebook training starts on May 8th, which is a Friday, May 8th. And that's how to do it. And the biggest thing that people are going to struggle with is the fact that you actually have to write your content for this. But if you watch the videos and you go through the tutorials, and the tutorials are on each section. So what we would call a section would be like the headline, I mean, it's narrowed down and focused to not this great big page to, okay, we're going to do a tutorial just on the headline. And then we're going to do a tutorial just on the subtext. And then we're going to do a tutorial on the call to action. And then we're going to do a tutorial on the mock-up of the book. So that do you remember seeing Krissy's ebook page that we did? Mm-hmm. So it'll be just like that, but it's your look, your feel, your colors, and your design. So you go through the tutorials, and then you actually will change the headline and submit it. And then the web developers will go in there and they will upload all of those things and put the page together and then connect it. There's a place for you to, and I don't want to, take your time away, but just, there's a lot of technical things in there, and we teach you how to do it, each one of those sections in the ebook training.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people need to know what kind of value they're getting here. This is fantastic because I spent almost $3,000 getting branded and having them put together my website, and I've had nothing but problems with it.
I understand.
Yeah, it's like, yay, thank you. You guys are awesome.
Good. Thank you, Shelley. When are you hoping to release your book?
I would like to have it released by September 1st.
Okay.
Awesome.
So then you go backwards from there, and you have some time, maybe a month, to make a plan and strategically kind of map out when you want to put that ebook out there and start doing that. That's good. Yep. Yeah. Yep. It's perfect timing. So
and I'm sorry, Krissy, you're doing, I see you doing your Facebook Lives, and you're building that audience, and you're generating interest, not just around like a thing, not just around a product, not just around a book, but for people that are like-minded, like-hearted, and that have that same spirit and that want to do life with you. So I love it. I think it's great. I think it's grand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I have not been putting my live videos on my author page. I've been putting them on my old page, my Shelley page, because they aren't about finding fears. They're all, if they are, I put them on there, but they're on prayer. So they're different. So I didn't know if I should put them on my author page.
Yes.
Because
that's who you are.
That's you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who you are. I mean, for example, what are your book like? What if you decide to write a book on prayer? Or
I'm going to. It's
so,
coming.
You want to be doing things from a page, not a profile. So just to clarify, the difference between a profile and a page is you have a personal profile where you are maxed out at 5,000 friends.
Right, I am.
Right, and so you can actually convert your profile to a page. Once you hit the 5,000, you can just convert it into a page. But if you already have no.
I didn't know that. How do I do that?
We'll do a micro lesson on it. There's a whole process. It takes about 30 minutes to do it, and people do it all the time.
And then people are automatically moved over.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that was a big question for me, because I'm like, well, how do I get everybody to go? All those 5,000 people, get them to go to my author page.
Yeah.
And I'm trying, but I'm at 50.
Well, how many people are on your author page? Your actual
actually there's like 150 now, but I just opened it.
Oh, so it's new.
It's new.
Oh, then it makes sense to convert your profile.
Yep.
It really does, because the people that are engaging with you on the profile, they'll engage with you on the page. Now there will be some people that are because it's an automated process. So when you convert your profile to an actual Facebook page, and I'll finish the thought the page is the only way you can run ads. And when you launch your book, you're going to want to see analytics and insights, and you're going to want to know all of those things, be able to connect your website. And technically, you're not supposed to be really doing selling and things of that nature like that. And you just don't have the ability to do that with profiles. You're very, very limited. But if you could merge those pages, but to convert it, you simply, once you hit the 5,000, there's just a little process. It's a click of a couple of buttons. You fill out a couple of questions, answer a couple of things. You convert it over to a page. And then you'll get some people, because it's fully automated, they'll be like, oh, I didn't want to be added to this page. And, that's fine. They can be a friend with you. That's okay. But it's just a fully automated process. Facebook just does the work. You just click yes, you click no, you fill this out, you fill that out. But you definitely want to be using pages, not just profiles.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. That sounds good. Thank you very much. That was very helpful.
Thank you, Shelley.
Now, micro lessons will begin on May 15th. And while the Facebook pages won't be one of the first things inside of those micro lessons, because we're going to focus more on, we are going to focus on social media and curating your content, like one-liners and inspirational graphics. So the micro lessons will begin on the 15th. But when we do the live video training, so you're part of the publishing, so you get access to that. When you get the live video training, you will be able to learn a lot more about Facebook pages, because we're going to set one up from scratch and watch people. You'll be able to watch us build pages and things of that nature. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is that helpful, Shelley?
Yes. Yay!
So much.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming on and rocking and rolling with us.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right.
Have a good
Appreciate
day.
you. Blessings. Take
Good
care.
day.
Woohoo! That's awesome. Hey, I want to answer a quick question that somebody popped up. I thought this was really good for those of you that are members of Unlocking Your Book. So here's how the tutorials, and I think you're talking about the author page tutorials and micro lessons, are all Unlocking Your Book members. So as we're talking about, so remember, when you became an Unlocking Your Book, remember when you became an Unlocking Your Book member, we are giving you author pages. So that's separate from publishing. Publishing is something extra. You get more when you publish with us. So you get an ebook page, blog page, pre-order page, and a sales page. You get those 4 pages. And so those tutorials are just automatic. They will be inside of the website. May 8th is when ebooks begin, because that's where most of you are in your process. So who has access to tutorials? Members, all members. Doesn't matter if you are a mentoring member, if you are a pay-as-you-go publishing, or a VIP member. If you are a member of Unlocking Your Book, you get a website and you get the tutorials on how to do them. All right. Hey, Nelson, we have a children's book author coming on, and we're going to unlock that book, eh?
Hey, we are. Yes,
Okay,
you betcha.
fantastic. All right, you betcha. Well, she's coming on in 30 seconds. Here we go. 5, 4, 3. Papa Dead Bowman. Hello, Liz Chipman. How are you?
Hey, how are you? Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but you're barely moving.
You got some.
Oh, no.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Maybe let's just rock and roll and skilly doop. It'll just work its way out.
Yeah.
So we have to put some context into this, do we not?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, guys, so here's Liz. Everybody say hi, Liz.
Hi, Liz.
Okay.
Hi.
So Liz is actually one of our. She administrates and coordinates the show. So she actually coordinates people that get on the show, and she coordinates our guests, and she coordinates our published authors to get on the show. So she's awesome. She's like another one of those people that does things behind the scenes. If you join us for Friday Q&A Live, you get to see Liz and the donuts, right? Don't forget the donuts. She brings donuts, right?
Right.
It's a real donut for her. It's a virtual donut for the rest of us. But she's also a writer. She's a minister, and she's publishing a children's book. Come on. That's amazing. All right. So fantastic. So let's get serious. What's the book about?
Okay. I'm in the Unlocking Your Book hot seat today, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I want to give you the vision behind the book. So my son is 6 years old, and he loves playing with puzzles. And we have several Ziploc bags of small puzzle pieces in our house. And one day I was in my kitchen, and one of those small puzzle pieces was on our counter. And instinctively I thought, oh, well, I just am going to go ahead and throw out that small puzzle piece because there's no way that I'm going to be able to find out where that one goes. But the Lord spoke to me and said, no. He really highlighted it in my mind. And I was processing it, and he said to me, so many people feel like that one puzzle piece. They feel like they don't belong. They feel like their gifts are junk. They feel like they don't have anything to offer. And I want you just to stare at this puzzle piece, and I'm going to teach you some things about this. So this puzzle piece counter for about a week, and I was praying through it, and then all of a sudden the Lord downloaded a children's book to me. So I'm going to share it with you.
Yay.
Okay. The title of it's called Where is the Missing Puzzle Piece? And I have a little sketch right here. Wow. He has little legs, little arms, and a little hat, and his name is Pete. Pete the puzzle piece. And Pete the puzzle piece lives in the town of Jigsaw. And he's surrounded by so many of the other puzzle pieces that have so many talents. There's Sammy the singer. And when Pete tries to sing, it sounds like a screech. There's Bobby the basketball player. And when Pete tries to throw the basketball, he airballs it. And then I'll show you one more sketch. And then there's Abby the artist. And when he tries to paint, he spills the paint all over the floor. And basically, he just gets really discouraged because he's thinking, I can't do anything right. And so what happens is he decides to pack up the little belongings he has and puts it in a knapsack, and he pulls out a map and decides to walk outside of the Jigsaw box to the next town over. And so he goes to the next town, in which he meets a little boy named Will. And so this is a little rendition of him walking to the next town over. You can see it okay this way. So Will sees him, and he's a boy that sees good in everyone. And he decides to tell him, you have purpose, you have meaning. And he gives him courage to decide to go back to Jigsaw. And meanwhile, in the town of Jigsaw, all the puzzle pieces come together. There's a festival that happens once a year. And in this festival, all the puzzle pieces go outside the town and decide to make a beautiful picture. And everybody realizes, oh no, Pete's nowhere to be found. The picture won't be complete. And so the puzzle pieces, Sammy the singer, Abby the artist, Bobby the basketball player, and so on, go out with little flashlights and go try to find him. And so as Will and Pete, the puzzle piece, they form a beautiful friendship that starts on the way back to Jigsaw. As they're headed back, Pete says, oh my goodness, I am being welcomed back. He's it's unexpected that everybody wants to see him. And they realize he has a little heart sliver on his puzzle piece. Oh. He realizes that when they make the puzzle piece, the big picture, it says you are special. And the one part of the puzzle piece that's missing is that little heart sliver. There's a little heart there. And they said, oh, now I need to step into my destiny. So Will is watching him step into his destiny. And as he's watching that, all of a sudden you see the whole picture come together. And then you turn the page, and then there's this big mirror in the book. And you can see me. The person reading the book can see themselves in the mirror and look at themselves and say, you know what, just like Pete, I'm destined for a purpose. I have a calling. And then Will watches in amazement as Pete steps into his destiny. The very last page is Jeremiah 29:11. It says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. And so this is what God has downloaded in me for a vision for a children's book. And I could honestly see it being a series if God breathes on this. I see it being called the Puzzle Piece series, just to encourage people, and further on from children's books, however the Lord breathes on necessary. I'm just focusing on this right now. how he wants to encourage people in their vital role and their purpose in life.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Normally, we're just, Krissy and I, we would just rattle stuff off, but I want all of us that are watching, listening, including myself, let's just pause for a second here and really take this in and listen to what the Spirit of the Lord is saying in regards to this book, in regards to this message. I mean, just soak this in for a second.
Yeah.
And the responsibility and the privilege that we have to raise our children in the presence of the Lord, in the goodness of the Lord, in the fascination of his presence. And what I'm going to say, Liz, this is very anointed. It is heavy. As you shared, I mean, it's like, is it a great idea? Yes, it's a great idea. As you shared, is the story good? Yes, the story's good. Is it sellable? Yes, sellable. Marketable? Absolutely. But it's so anointed. As you were talking and you were sharing, the anointing was so awesome on this story. And I'm just thinking, as a publisher, I'm like, hot dog, thank you, Jesus, that we get behind this anointed message and get this message out. And we got to, like, how many kids could be impacted? How many children could read this and experience the presence of the Lord, could be activated? So, Liz, it's a children's book, but it's definitely bigger than you, because it's going to reach beyond you. It's going to touch beyond you. It's actually going to help parents be better parents. It's going to actually help these kids be able to break free from the things that the enemy and the world and life would attempt to put on them. And like you said, you don't know if this becomes a series or this, that, and the other, but who knows? Maybe this actually becomes a curriculum at some point. But you start with this book. But I'm just going to say, before we get into all of the, the what, the how, the when, the why, all this kind of stuff, you need to publish this book, and you've got a lot of this already figured out. This is fabulous, and I can see you like getting on Facebook Live, and I can see you reading it, because you have a really good voice inflection, the way that you talk, and I could just see you getting on here and reading it to kids and other people going nuts and going crazy over this. There's logistics to figure out, but I like this. I like this a lot. Are you done yet?
Oh my goodness. I just, it's so about him, like the purpose. I think it's critical, especially establishing at a young age with kids. Like, I could cry.
Mm-hmm. Come on, bingo. Go ahead, cry. Do it. It's all good. So wonderful, so beautiful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just appreciate you guys letting me come on today and share my heart from the Lord.
Yeah.
And I just pray that God breathes on it, because that's what, Krissy, that's what we've talked about before. Like, just God breathe on it, and it's His. But I really like the heart behind just showing that God loves everyone, that everyone has a purpose, that nobody's junk. God doesn't make junk. And even if you feel like you don't belong, like, God doesn't make junk. Everybody's so vital to the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean to get emotional, but
it's okay. It's all good.
Yeah.
Liz, I don't want you to use words like if God would touch this, or if God will bless this, or if God will use this, or if God will anoint this. You don't need to be asking those questions. You don't need to be praying those prayers, because that's already there. He's already anointed it. He's already authorized this.
Yeah.
He's already authorized you, and he's already authorized that. So those aren't the questions. The logistics, the when, the how, a few things, but God has already breathed on this, and he's breathing on you, he's breathing on your writing, he's breathing on the creativity. I mean, hello, it's a puzzle piece, right? A puzzle piece. Come on. Awesome.
Yeah. And you're so clear on your message, and that comes across when you share it. And that was one of the best pitches I think we've heard, your level of clarity. I'm curious, when was it that God gave you this initial idea? How long has it been?
It started 3 months ago, and all of a sudden it was like a download, boom, 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 boom. And I love to sketch, so I had the vision of what Pete looked like and the sketches of what's going on. And then all of a sudden I shelved it. I shelved it because I was trusting the Lord's timing, and then God opened up coming here, and it's time.
Yes.
It's time. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. His hand is on it, and his hand is on you, and you are the chosen messenger for this book because you've experienced it. You have the authority. You've seen it in your son, in your family. And I agree with Jeremiah. This is going to bridge families, not just children, but families and parents. And I can see you too getting on there with this message, and you're sharing, you're reading the children's book, and and then you almost pause and you go, and moms that are watching, I want you to know and you're a bridge, and you carry that, and you're so clear with what you're communicating, and as a teacher, you communicate very well. So
yeah,
you just keep running with it. We believe in you. This is incredible. Did you have any question that you wanted to ask surrounding your book as well?
I have one question, and I'll keep it to one. Is it okay if I use my sketches to submit my sketches?
Yeah, actually, that was the one thing in my mind that I was thinking. I was like, okay, we're going to need really good illustrator. So it's really, really tough for me to see how well they look, because the video is really, really grainy right here. But maybe you could take a screenshot or something like that and send them over an email or a message or whatever to get a better idea. But because the communication as you're telling the story, the visualization is really, really good. But then when you talk about kids, that illustration process is going to have to be, you want it to be really, really solid and done really well. So I think the answer to your question is yes. But there also may be a way to add an illustrator that could take those and do something else with them. But because I can't really see them very well.
I'll send them to y'all.
Okay.
I'll get it really finalized. Those were rough draft sketches of my head.
Yeah. And those, like, if you're a good drawer, like if Teresa was going to do it, she could do her own illustration, or one of my girls could do illustrations. We have illustrators, but if you're a good drawer, or other people are a good drawer, and not even like, you don't have to be a fantastic artist. Like, you can make stuff, and it doesn't always have to look like a comic book, and sometimes it's really cool to see those sketches and what they look like. But if you want it, if you want it to be done by a professional illustrator, they can take those sketches and then just do a few things just to kind of tweak it.
Well, that's very helpful. That was the only main question I was going to ask.
Okay. Well, and definitely don't be asking the question if. You should not be asking the question if. It's just a matter of when and how. And the marketing is going to be, that's going to be a kick in the pants. That's a lot of fun. You're going to have to do a lot of live video. That's just sick, man. How close are you?
I'm very close. I just need to sit down and then do the professional as the best sketches that I can and submit it to you guys. The
Okay.
storyline's done. I mean, it's finished.
Come on.
Man. And you know, if the Lord leads you to do curriculum, like if you feel like you want to take people, like take families, kids, churches, ministries through a curriculum, just reach out to my wife, Teresa. That, like, she writes curriculum. That's her thing. She's done that before. You could just brainstorm with her a little bit. But this is awesome, Liz. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing this for the moms and dads. Thank you for doing this for families. Thank you for doing it for kids. Thank you for doing it for the Pete's out there. And thank you for doing it for Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and I'm thankful for Holy Spirit download. You know, I'm thankful for the opportunity. I truly love our family, our Unlocking Your Book family, and just being a part of this. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. We're terrorizing the enemy in Jesus' name.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Liz. Love you, my friend. Thanks for all you do. We're cheering for you.
Thanks for all y'all do. Thanks for cheering. I'm cheering for you guys.
Friend to friend. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody's like, yeah, I'll buy this. I'll buy it. I'll buy it. Absolutely, we'll buy it. See, that's what unlocking your book live is all about. So if you've already got your name onto the list and you're in the pipeline, be patient. Your time is coming. It's a great time to just come on, get a little bit of clarity, pitch your book, ask questions, clarify your message, get more unlocking done. And the bottom line is you still got to do the work, right? Nobody's going to write that book for you. Nobody's going to go through that process for you. Nobody's going to go through the fire. Nobody's going to sit with the lamb. Nobody's going to write your book for you. So let's get to writing. And I will say this, and I'll turn it over to Dr. Krissy Nelson. We are going to be inside of our community Facebook group and then also into our mentoring Facebook group very, very soon. Right here in the month of May, we're going to be starting a writing challenge, which we're going to open up in the mornings where we're going to go live on Facebook, or I should say I'm going to go live on Facebook every morning, Monday through Friday, for you to actually stop doing what you're doing and write for a solid 30 minutes. I'm going to throw a timer up on Facebook Live, and we're all going to write for a solid 30 minutes. Now, this is going to be primarily for those of you that, you know, you're just not consistently writing. If you're already writing, if you're doing the 7-minute challenge or the 15-minute challenge or 30 minutes, or you're writing 500, 1,000, 2,000 words a day already, this probably isn't for you. You've got that discipline. But for those of you that you want to be a writer and author, but you have not gotten to the place where you're writing every single day, we're going to do this in May. It's not going to start on May 1st. We'll announce it here in the next few days, sometime next week, where I'll come on and we'll start in the morning. I'll go live. There'll be a 30-minute timer, and you're going to write for 30 minutes. And the challenge is how long or how much you can get done in those 30 minutes. Not editing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not grammar, not proofreading, but writing for a solid 30 minutes, Monday through Friday. All right. Well, it's been great. How about you, Krissy? What's going on? Anything else to add today?
Yeah, nothing else to add. This was great. It's just a privilege and a joy to get people unlocked and hear about the gold that's inside and overflowing and coming out on the pages of your book. So keep going, everybody. Don't lose heart. Don't grow weary in well-doing. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
The unlocking is happening in you. And I'm sure it looks different than you even imagined it would. So don't let that discourage you, but be encouraged that you are on the right track. You're on the path. You're doing it. So keep going.
All right. Let's unlock some books. Let's write some books. Let's make Jesus famous in the earth. Let's get you published. We love you. Hey, we'll see you next week. Ta-ta for now.